So unfortunately, we have a bit of a problem. Thankfully, it's not with the M3. It is with the Supra. And now, let me just say, this could be either a very minor problem or something bigger. We're gonna find out. So if you wanna know exactly what I'm talking about, well, let me not talk about it, let me just show you. Okay, so it took a bit, but there is, you guys can see oil level at a minimum. And I don't wanna let it run too long while it does that, but I was driving home from work the other day. Oops, keys in the pocket will do that. Anyways, I was driving home from work the other day and I got the message, and I did check the oil level. I already unlatched the hood and it was right at the minimum. So we're not below the minimum. We should still be good to run the car at least for a little bit. But my first thought was maybe the valve cover gasket is leaking. Maybe there's some type of leak, right? But when I was driving, I saw no smoke whatsoever. So I don't think there's necessarily a leak. You guys can even see, I don't see any remnants of oil, so I don't think it's necessarily leaking oil. So now I'm sure you guys are thinking, well, it's probably burning oil. I think the same thing. So normally, due to what BMW says is best for the B58, I run OW20, which, yes, I know is a thin oil, and I know a lot of people say you probably shouldn't run oil this thin. However, that's what BMW recommends, so I do it on all my B58s. However, with this burning oil issue, I did some research on the forums, and people say after switching to a thicker oil, it stopped burning, which would make sense. I don't know if that's gonna resolve it, if there's something bigger. I'm really hoping this does, but with that in mind, today we are switching to OW30. This is still approved for BMW. You guys can see BMW over there. I got it from FCP Euro for like 85 bucks for the whole kit. We obviously also get the filter and all the washers and all that. The car needed an oil change anyways, so I figured instead of doing OW20, we'll try the 5W30 and hopefully that resolves this issue. So the car finally reached operating temperatures. We're gonna do a quick measurement just so I can show you guys what level it's at. All right, a few moments later, there it is, guys. We are again right at the minimum, so we will definitely resolve this right now. I'm gonna shut off the car, and then I'll start jacking it up, getting it on the race ramp so we can change the oil, fill up the oil, again with that thicker 5W30. This is one of my biggest pet peeves about low cars, by the way, because I legit can't use my race ramps anymore, so I have to basically jack up the car on one side, get the race ramp. Also, I'm trying not to hit my M3 as I jack up the Supra. Pause. And then get the race ramp underneath on one side. Things sound like they're clicking. It's not reassuring. And then jack up the car from the center, get the race ramp on the other side. It's a pain in the butt. So now we should be able to slide our race ramp kinda underneath it. Sort of. Hopefully that'll work. Change of plans, we're going even more ghetto. I'm gonna use a scissor jack because even with the car on the race ramp, sort of, I can't get the jack in from underneath. I'm over low cars. So we're gonna use the scissor jack on this side, and I'm gonna take this jack, and we're gonna use it on this side, hopefully. I don't know, still TBD. This is quickly turning into the most ghetto oil change I've ever done. Although the time that we changed Justin's oil on his 435 in the middle of my condo's parking lot at like 1 a.m. That's pretty up there too. Anyways, guys, I jacked up the car on both sides with the two separate jacks, and then I even took it one step further so we don't die today and put the race ramps underneath the wheels. That way the car is really sitting on the race ramps, but the jacks will just help me get the car off the race ramps once we're done. All right, so filter is loosened up. We're gonna go underneath the car, drop our little tray over there, and drain the oil. Ugh. I'm getting too old for this, guys. So while the oil is draining from underneath, we're gonna go ahead and take off the filter. A couple weird things, by the way, about the oil underneath. One, as soon as I broke the bolt loose, oil started coming out. So I wonder if it wasn't properly sealed. Maybe I didn't torque it enough. Because honestly, I've changed oil on these cars more times than I can count. And that's never happened. The oil won't come out until much later. Now, it wasn't like coming out. I know you guys couldn't see it from that angle, but it was like dripping down, I guess. Like it was kind of like bleeding through, if that makes sense. And here's our filter. By the way, we do have a magnetic drain plug underneath, which might be what's not properly sealing, but I don't know. So the more I think about it, the more I think that could be the issue. Maybe the drain plug was like just slowly seeping oil. That's possible. So I did keep the original drain plugs, thankfully. Hey, where's the pressure washer? Oh, here it is. So we could easily switch back to that. But before I jump to that, because I actually like having the magnetic one, let's see if the thicker oil still gives us this issue. All right, new filter going in. This is a weird angle for you guys to watch, huh? You can't see what I'm doing. I could be pretending for all you know. Yeah, oil's done. And then I call somebody else in to actually do it. Torque to spec. All right, let's grab our light and see how the oil underneath is doing. By the way, if you guys want this light, I'll leave some links down in the description below. I know some people get annoyed of like my promotional videos, but keep in mind guys, I only try to promote things that I genuinely use. Also, it's also just a way for me to make this channel sustainable, if I'm being honest with you guys. It makes me a little bit of money, not too much, but it makes it more sustainable. But again, don't worry, I will never promote something I don't personally use. Anyways, let's check on the oil. It looks like it's dripping a little bit, but it's virtually done. All right, we got the drain plug. Don't know if you guys can see that. We definitely have some stuff on it. Remember, this is a magnetic drain plug, so it has a magnet on the tip. It's meant to capture metal and stuff like that, so it kind of takes it out of the oil cycle. But let's see this. I mean, it's not too bad, right? Like, you're not gonna have a perfectly clean thing. I don't know. Is this something else I should be worried about? Oh my goodness. So it's sealed from underneath. I did clean it just so we can monitor just how much oil is leaking from there. I probably should torque it to spec, but I'm too paranoid to over torque it and then strip it, and then we're just gonna have a bigger problem on our hands. So we'll see how this goes. All right guys, I'm trying to do some funky gymnastics right now so we can check on this drain plug. All right, let's maybe move this out of the way. All right. There's the drain plug, no seeping, at least none that I can notice. I don't know, man. I don't want to over torque it and then stripping my whole freaking like oil pan. All right, boys, one ghetto oil change officially complete. It's about 8 p.m. right now, so we did it in pretty decent timing, honestly. All things considered, jacking up the car was so annoying, and then putting it back down was even more annoying. Anyways, we're gonna fire up the car. That was my keys. We're gonna fire up the car and we're gonna check the oil level. We might need to let it run for a bit. That was loud. Excuse me, by the way, if I'm out of breath. I'm literally like running around. You guys don't see like 90% of what I do off camera. Like literally running from end to end, grabbing tools, placing the camera in different angles. Sometimes I just give up and I don't even film it. Yeah, we can't start the measurement. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up in the meantime, let this thing run for a bit, and then we'll take it for a drive and see how it feels. Halfway there. All right, guys, it is the next day. Unfortunately, yesterday it just got so dark out. I was trying to film and the lighting was not in my favor. It was already bad enough, but it only got worse. So, I don't remember the last thing I filmed, but we did finish the oil change on the Supra, and I think everything's good so far. I did check the oil levels. It was all good. But I just want to take the car for a drive. But also, I want to contemplate the future of the Supra because... So I love the way this sounds. I don't know if I should keep this car. Some of you guys are saying that I should get rid of it. And listen, I totally respect and appreciate all the feedback that I get. Some people give it in a pretty negative way. A lot of you guys actually give feedback in a positive way, and I appreciate that, man. Honestly, genuinely, I really do. Someone left a very good comment saying, you know, the Supra just doesn't do well in terms of content. I uploaded a video about it, and it didn't do crazy. Ironically, it ended up doing better later on. In the beginning, it didn't do well, and they said, hey, maybe you should consider getting another F-chassis car. So what I was actually considering was getting an F82 or something along those lines. I think I'd enjoy it close to as much as I enjoy the Supra, maybe a little more because I do really want a DCT transmission. So it could be a good idea. And I think a lot of people will enjoy M4 videos, F82 M4 videos more than the Supra videos. Because although the Supra is a B58 and it is a BMW really, people just don't like it. I don't know. Maybe because it's technically a Toyota. So yeah, I don't know. It is a good idea. Am I saying I'm gonna go and sell the Supra? No. I guess I was just thinking about, you know, issues with the Supra, the whole burning oil thing, and I guess like the future plans with it, you know, like longevity of it. And I was like, am I really gonna keep it? I do love the car. If you guys know me, if you know this channel, you'll know I love this Supra. It literally goes back since I had my 435, I went to go exchange that 435 for a Supra when the Supras first came out. But we got one in the end, and it'd be kind of ironic to go then from a Supra to an M4, the M version of that 435 I was gonna trade in. You guys let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see. Obviously, we don't strive for viral stuff. You know, we're, like I always say, we're a chill family over here. Like, you know, we're not chasing viral content. I have other things to do with my life than just make YouTube videos, but I still like making them. By the way, if you're concerned about me pushing the car, don't worry. I did check the oil levels yesterday and it was fine, but just to show you, we'll go into my vehicle now that the car is definitely warmed up. And there it is. We are now at the max, right at the max. So we should be good. So I'll keep on monitoring the oil levels just to make sure that we're good. Again, the car could be burning oil, but maybe the sticker oil resolved it. Could be that drain plug. Either way, we have to think about what we're gonna do about the Supra. Are we gonna keep it? Can we make more videos about it? Or should I just trade it in for something like an M4, which would probably cost about the same money? So that'll actually be nice, and I'll get a rear seat. A lot of things to consider. But anyways, with that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I actually have a very interesting video coming out soon if you guys like M4s, but stay tuned to see that. And yeah, with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.